Start your engines.
You know I'm proud of it. If you want it all, you can have it. When you living the good life, you living the rough life, real lavish. Don't let the pretty face fool you, she can drive. Penetration and being a mom at the same time. Mike Ruch, he a badass. A good husband, a good dada. Stay lit, the rough life, real lavish. Rough life, 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 rough life.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Ruch Life podcast. I am the only host tonight. I'm hosting the show by myself, guys. Angel Ruch. Hubby Mike is busy doing conference calls, so he will not be attending today. So you guys just get me. I hope I can show you some entertainment and carry this through. Want to introduce Jason also is on the call. Hi Jason, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you, Ange?
I think I haven't seen you in a while.
It's definitely been a while.
It was weird not having you at the track. It was weird not having you at the track this past, actually, not even this weekend. I keep thinking the race was on a Saturday, but it was on a Tuesday. So
yeah, I'll tell you what, it was obviously a little weird watching it from home. That's the first race in a year and a half that you've had that I haven't been to.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it is for sure.
So everybody good over there? Everyone holding their own, getting back to some normalcy. Restaurants opening, I hear. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's good. Kids are starting to get out now, venture out. Our governor even came out today and said they're actually opening up bars and clubs starting June 1, obviously with limited, but starting to open that back up.
Must be nice. I don't even know when that's opening for us. I'm not sure. I have
Yeah,
no clue. When it opens, I'll read it. I'll get a text and we'll be hitting the bars up for sure. But we've already been doing that. So our restaurant's already opened up. I think you saw we were in Tampa last week. Mike and I flew to Tampa last week.
See baby mom.
Baby mama. Yeah, just trying to figure this crazy life out. 3 kids. I'm trying to prep myself for 3 babies.
You guys are crazy.
So we did like a little gender reveal with Madison last week. So that was super special. We haven't announced it.
Video. We should show that video next week, actually.
Yeah, I would love to. When Mike's on, I want Mike to kind of participate in it because he's super, super excited. But something to look forward to next week on our podcast with Mike. So we met baby mama last week in Tampa. We stayed there for a few days. Went to our doctor's visit with her. So much fun. I've never experienced that. So that was kind of cool to see. It's usually like when you do these adoptions, it's okay, you're having this, or you want a boy. Okay, you're going to go hunt, with these agencies to get a boy, or for a girl or twins, whatever it is that you're looking for. And for this situation, Madison is pregnant. And we have decided to take the baby. We are super, super excited, which is Lord's birth mom. And Lord is almost 7 months on the 1st of June. So we flew down to see her last week, and we took her out to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, kind of getting her situated and comfortable. She's actually right at 5 months right now, 5 months pregnant.
That's crazy already.
Isn't that nuts? That's what I said. Yeah. So I texted all the NICU nurses. I'm like, hey, this sounds so crazy and wild, but we are coming back. Like, secure my room. I don't know how the situation is going to look with, the COVID-19, if they're going to let, us both in. I'm not a birth mom, obviously, Madison is. So, I don't know anybody. I don't think they really know the story behind that. But when Lord was born, I actually was in the room with her and spent the night with her. Shared one room, 2 beds after the birth of Lord for almost 3 days, her and I. So it was super, super special to share in those moments with her. Just kind of getting to know Madison, just trying to kind of.
I got to find Ange right there. I want to show people that picture of you after 3 days in that hospital.
Do you have that picture?
I'll look for it. You
should. Yeah. I mean, that's a super, I don't know how many birth moms or, the parents that are adopting the child can actually say that they would maybe not necessarily want to share the room with her. That was a little awkward, not really knowing, I knew her situation. She has a rough background, right? So, Madison's on methadone, which was tough. But she is sober. Obviously, she's not on drugs. So methadone is a drug that helps prevent them from wanting to do a drug. And if they do, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's like an opiate. I forget what it is. But if they go like do heroin or something like that, it counteracts the heroin. So it's kind of cool that they can give that. Unfortunately, the baby gets all of that as well. So the withdrawals to the baby is just as rough as it is as an actual person coming off drugs. So that has been intense, but I kind of feel like we're over the hump with Lord right now. So that's super, super cool. Even though she's not feeling good tonight, she started throwing up, Jason. She's been throwing up all day and she has a fever. This is Lord's first fever is right now. So it's a little stressful. And King hasn't been eating. So the past 2 days have been a little rough in the Rook house.
Oh.
Yeah,
that sounds good, especially if you're coming off of that is life, right? Just it's never easy, especially with the youngins. But I'm excited to talk about your race last night.
I know
40 car field.
Right?
I'm sorry.
2 nights ago, right? Did I race last night?
I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 nights ago. You're right.
Come on, Jay. I mean, I know it does feel like a race over the weekend, and I was thinking it was already Monday.
but you did good. It was awesome to listen to you on the scanner. I know you've been working with that driving coach. It's I think done really, really, really well for you. That's helped push you, and hearing Moniz and you work together on that scanner was cool. I think what a lot of people don't realize is you finished P23, but really raced your way up to right around that 19, 18 spot.
I feel like I deserved like at least 17th for as hard as I mean, freaking 40 car
field. Yeah. Even take away half of the extra cars, 4, you're talking about, finishing right around the 15th mark, which in the equipment that you're in, I think is a great testament for how much you've been on that simulator and how much you've been practicing and working and pushing yourself. And it was definitely cool to see you.
Yeah. I felt like going into this race, the Tuesday race, I felt like I was overly prepared. I definitely went in, I trained with, like you said, Jay, I trained with my driver's coach a couple times for hours and hours. I was on the simulator with him hours and hours. I hate the simulator. I feel like I'm not good at it, but I feel like it all kind of came together for me. Like driving kind of crazy, getting out. Like I feel like I could save myself, on the actual simulator. And, I got in a couple little incidents on the track in Charlotte where I think actually a simulator really did help me. So that was kind of beneficial, I felt. And then also having my spotter, Chris Moniz, he's just badass. Like
he is for sure.
He brings me along. And what I love most about Chris is he is so blunt and honest, and he wants to go out there and win as well, as much as I do. Now, it's probably a little pissy with me because I didn't listen to him half the night, but
go to the middle.
That's a whole other story. And he's coming over tomorrow to go over Atlanta. So, but I felt like the race was, for going there with no fans, my expectation was better than I thought it was going to be.
I was curious, how was it with no fans? It had to be a little eerie because not only is it no fans, but there's usually 50 people around your truck, and there was 2.
Yeah, it was like a ghost town. Like literally, I'm like, Mike, this is like the most eerie thing I've ever seen in my whole life. But I was doing an interview this morning, a live interview in LA this morning, and I was telling him, but the only thing that I kind of felt was kind of nice about it was like, I felt like I was less stressed. And I don't know why, for whatever reason, I was just kind of in the mindset, like I was so overly prepared and ready for it. I was just in a very calm setting. It was weird. I don't know if it was like nobody at the track. You couldn't really talk to people. You sat in your hauler, and the minute 20 minutes before race time, you literally walked to your car on pit road, did the driver intro, and you got in your car. So you didn't really have time to like sit there and think about it. I'm like one of those people that I feel like if I overthink things, it stresses me out, and then I make errors, right? I guess it's all of us. So
yeah, it was cool.
I was super happy with P23. Yeah, I wish it was better. You know what I mean? But I drove my ass off, and I learned a ton, which is amazing. And I felt like I actually drove what I had in the truck. I feel like I got everything I could possibly get out of Josh's truck. That's how I felt. So take that however anybody wants to take it. But I felt like I drove my ass off, and it showed. So, Sarah, you look great. I love that color on you. Thanks, Sarah. I'm rocking a new haircut. I decided to take all my extensions out.
I was going to mention new haircut. I was going to mention it. I haven't seen you in so long. You actually look a lot different.
I needed a change. I do have a few extensions just to give me some like fullness. I'm sure it won't last, but maybe a few more days, and I have like 10 packs of extensions going in at any time. So I just it's been a nice change and easy, and with 2 kids, man, a little sleep these days. I'm digging it. So yeah, but all in all, Jason, I'm super happy about Charlotte. I loved it.
Cool,
I loved
cool.
every minute of it.
From Brian here, Angela. My daughter loves you watching Natalie and Jennifer Jo Cobb race, but she said you are her favorite because you're stylish. And she's 8. Can we buy a shirt, etc., autograph for her birthday? Wow, her birthday must be coming up.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes to all of that, and thank you for choosing me as one of your daughter's favorite drivers. That's super cool, and I hope young girls look up to me. I mean, that's why I'm here. And I started, Jay, I started at such a young age racing go-karts, and I was 8 years old when I, could only dream that that's what I wanted to do as I got older. So knowing that it comes from a little girl, the same age I was when I first got started, it's cool. It's nice to hear. So I appreciate that. Which, by the way, everyone has been asking me about these masks. We need the Ruch Life mask for everybody. We need to start selling those for sure on our merchandise.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should put those up.
You're cutting out.
And
you got me, Jay?
Yeah, we should put those up on your site.
Yeah, how about that? Sis and one of her clients made them. I thought they were pretty awesome. Cool. They were amazing. Sure. Yeah, she did awesome. They were a little thick, a little heavy. So Big Mike, I think Big Mike just needs like a double X for his face because he has a big head. Because it wasn't fitting him well. What was that last thing? I think Vicky. I know Vicky. Vicky's like, she loves my hair. Yeah, so Vicky owns a salon next to Salon Vanilla. Thank you, Vicky.
Don't put them back.
I always love my hair short. Every time Vicky and everybody's like, I love it. Don't put the extensions back in. But then the next day, Vicky knows me, and I always put them in, and Vicky has to cut them for me because she's really good at cutting my hair.
Is Sarah a nurse? Sarah? She said it will match her uniform when she goes back to work.
I don't know what Sarah does. Maybe ask Sarah. Sarah, what do you do? Would love to know what you do. But I'm telling you, we need to do it in like all colors, the Ruch Life. I think that's what we should do. What do you think?
Yeah, it looked cool. It looked good on you, not so much on Mikey.
Yeah, it made like Mike's ears like go forward and stuff. It was a little crazy. But yeah, I brought him some cheaper ones that I knew would fit his face. So I was looking out for him because I wasn't sure how it would look on him.
When you did that live before the race and he was wearing the mask and it was just like this.
His ears were like pooched out. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like
his ears were out, his nose was sticking out.
He just didn't, Mike. If you know Mike, I'm sure half of you do. Mike doesn't care. That's what's so great about him. So Mike, hey Jay, did you know Mike's turning 50 next Thursday?
That's right. I forgot about
that. Thursday is Mike's birthday. Isn't that crazy?
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
You're here in Atlanta, aren't you?
Yeah, we're gonna be in Atlanta.
You should definitely come to Atlanta on his birthday. Then we could set something up. The restaurants will be open.
Is what?
I said the restaurants will be open. Maybe we plan a cool night for him.
Yeah.
Surprising.
I kind of want to stay where Mike and I stayed at like this really cozy like farm place. Where did we stay? By DWF.
Oh,
I want to ride horses. I still have never rode horses. Well, actually, I did once in the Bahamas. I mean, in Bradenton, but
yeah, Barnsley Resort is the name of it.
Yeah, Barnsley Resort. I don't know if anybody's been there, but that's in Atlanta, and it's just so cozy and clean. They're like cottages. 2-3 bedrooms are awesome. Like, bring the kids, a nanny, like amazing. Shoot guns, fishing. It's super cool. So that's I think that sounds fun. So I was like, maybe we can come up a little bit earlier.
Sarah works at a casino. I thought maybe she was a nurse, but she has to wear a black dress.
No, we are expecting. What does it say? We are expecting because we are in New York and we'll have to wear a mask. Oh yeah, New York. New York is still, everything is still shut down in New York. Isn't that right, Jay?
Yeah, I think it is. I think they're still pretty strict on everything for sure.
I think they're gonna be like the last state that opens.
Probably.
You know what I mean? That in LA. LA is still really behind, I hear. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do plan for Mike's birthday. I gotta figure it out. But I know this weekend, Mike and I have decided my twin sister and her husband just built a mountain house. So they just closed on it today. So we are going up there tomorrow for the weekend for a little short trip to get away and enjoy the mountains in their new place. So I'm super excited. It's really
very cool. They just built that house?
It'll just be chill. No big plans. Have some cocktails, play some games. That's all I feel like we've been doing is playing games. I literally have, I'm addicted to Monopoly. I've been talking about this Monopoly deal, this card game, but now I bought this really cool neon Monopoly and it just looks pretty if you go to my Instagram. I was playing it last night with the nanny, and I kicked her butt, by the way. Sorry to say, nanny's watching me, Amy. But it's just cool. I'm like addicted to Monopoly. So that's kind of been the highlight of my evenings, is just have a cocktail, unwind, play some board games, and just chill. So
I think she means party. Y'all should party hard for the 50th.
Emily, if you knew, I know you know us very well, but if you knew the life that we lived, I feel like every day in the Ruch house is a 50th birthday party. Every day.
Very true. But we should, Andrew, we should ask your fans. They should write us in, text below on this live stream, and tell us what you think we should do for Mike next week.
I do really need, guys, I do need some help with some ideas, because I have no clue. I have 2 kids now. My life has totally changed. So do I do a surprise party for them? We just have a nice dinner with like all of our family and, you know, closest friends? I need some help. I have no clue what to do. Like, seriously, Jay, I have no clue.
So his birthday's on Thursday.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you should definitely
know
something.
Yeah. So everything, how are your kids, Jay? Everybody good there?
Kids are good. Like we said before, they're finally starting to go out. Tyler Jay's being able to go see his girlfriend, so we never see him now anymore. Between that and baseball starting back up, so that's pretty cool. We got your appearance we're working on for next week over at DWF. We'll be able to tell people about, but big appearance in Dalton, Georgia next Friday, where we'll have your truck, the actual one you'll be racing, with your hauler and good old meet and greet.
I love that. I love doing those.
Yeah,
meeting the fans, signing autographs.
For sure.
I think that's what it's all about. I think that's what was missed, you know, in Charlotte, at the Charlotte race, is like, you don't get to, like, in the end, it's like, I know we're the drivers, but we do look forward to seeing the fans. I think the fans are obviously what make NASCAR who it is. So without them, it definitely kind of just, I don't know. It's kind of just a bummer, you know? It's like, look at stands as you're driving, even though we're driving so fast, but we still look in the stands and we still get pumped up, you know? So not having them there this week was just weird. It's so eerie. I don't know.
Scotty thinks virtual race for Mike's birthday with Angela and Jason. I still think I could whoop your butt.
Mike would suck. You would not whip my butt, by the way.
I think it'd be tight between me and you. I think we'd lap.
Like, what would we race?
Go-karts. We could. Oh, virtual. Actually, it said virtual. We could do.
I'm ready. I feel like I'm so good on iRacing now.
Tougher than people.
My little buddy, my little friend, my little helper. I feel like I can do
anything
these days.
So much tougher than people realize.
It is. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, I think it's cool. It's such a badass setup. It's sick, and of course, it's a lot of money, but it's still a video game to me. And I take it seriously, but I do think in the handling situations, like, you know, where sideways a couple times in Charlotte, I feel like it did help me a lot. But then again, when you go and sit in the car and you race against all these people, half of them don't care, you know, and that's the only thing that bugs me. So I love it.
And they race stupid, don't want right? Like they race ways they would never race in a real race. A lot of people.
Hell no. And by the way, can you believe there's no wrecks in our race, Jason? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, very few. I think there was one.
I called it. I told Mike, you watch. Everyone's going to be very, very cautious and smart. And that's exactly what it was. Yeah. You know, usually the trucks are always the ones that kind of put on a good show for everybody and can, you know, really wreck some trucks. But not this past week, man. So
yeah.
I'm Atlanta. I've never been to Atlanta.
I think for Tuesday, that even goes to more testament of what you were able to do, battling up to, you know, 19th after being forced to start in the back twice. Not once, because you started, you know, in 40th once, then you worked all the way up to 20th. Then I think you worked up to 14th or 15th during that pit stop, and then they had you pit right before. Yeah, drop all the way back to 40 and go back up.
Yeah, I think that, you know, where did we originally start? So obviously it's a draw. We're supposed to start 13th, and we decided to kind of pull back, just kind of start in the back, just kind of give us a fresh start. I had some fast trucks behind me. Obviously, you know, the equipment I'm in, we can't really compete with Kyle Busch, the Bushes of, you know, the series. So I didn't want to, you know, make any mistakes. I just needed some time to kind of make my way to the front. And I'm glad that I made that decision, Jay. I know we're kind of going back and forth on Jason. Jason really wanted me to just hang on to 13th, guys. And I decided to step back, start fresh, clear my head. And it worked out. And I felt great after the race, actually. Did you see I did that hydrogen, that H2O bar?
Oh, yeah. Does it really work?
I'm telling you, Jason, like I told Mike, like after the race, I felt fabulous, like amazing. So I went to this hydration bar and they put an IV in and they pump you up full of fluids. So I forget what it was, but it's like jet lagged, you're hungover. They have all these different packages. And so I did the athlete one and I did like an extra water bag and extra B12. But Jason, I'm telling you, no lie. And I've been hydrating before the race, obviously the week of, but it helps so much. Like I wasn't tired. I felt incredible. The only thing that I was just sore after the race. It's probably the sorest I've been in a while, probably because I was hard at it. But yeah, Jason, I felt like $1 million, man, after the race. I didn't have to drink a lot, even with no air conditioning. My air conditioning didn't work. That was a bummer. But I feel like I never have air.
Again, I feel like that never works for you.
It never does. I'm like, why do I even buy it if it doesn't work? You know, it pisses me off. But I'm told by my guys at the shop that it works. I'm going to the shop tomorrow, so we'll see. So on to Atlanta.
So tomorrow you're going to the shop?
Yeah, that is my plan. Things do change when you have 2 kids and 3 dogs. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
isn't that cool? It looks a little weird. It was the lighting was off in there, but it's still kind of cool to do for people that don't know. But
today's race day, super, super excited. 8 p.m. live at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You guys need to tune in. I'm just sitting here relaxing after a great workout, getting a little IV for some fluids for tonight.
That's pretty cool.
I'm doing the Hydrate Athlete, which is super cool. You need to check it out.
So if you're like hungover, you're jet lagged, you're not feeling good, just go there and they'll pump you up and it's super.
Oh, nice. So it works for a hangover too.
Yeah. It's awesome. Like I was super impressed. So hopefully there's one in Atlanta I could hit up before race day on Saturday. Yeah,
sure. We should look it up.
Yes, I think we should. Yeah, so I did that. And so on to Atlanta. Never been there. I don't really know what to expect, but yeah.
Let's answer some questions from the fans, Ann. What do you say?
Okay.
This one from your sister-in-law.
Oh, hi, Christine. Hi, Chris. Where's Michael tonight? Michael's on conference calls, Christine. You know how he is. He just works. He never puts that phone down. Ready to throw it out off the balcony. Which, by the way, Jason, I don't think we're moving.
Whoa. Let's talk about that for a second. Why?
Yeah.
What happened? That house is beautiful.
The loan, man. It's been a nightmare trying to get this with the banks. If I'm just being honest.
Really?
Yeah. So we're going to have to slum it in our penthouse.
Like it's a done deal? It's dead?
Tomorrow's the deadline. So I just told Mike, like, we can keep pushing. Like, we've got everything in. It sounds like it's good. But I kind of told Mike the other day, like last time, like, look, can this just be the last straw? Like, if we get it, we get it. If we don't, like, who cares? Like, I'm at this point where I'm just like, I love where we live. You know, I love being able to walk outside my door and be able to walk to restaurants. If we lived in the point, I kind of feel like we'd be missing that because everything's like 25 minutes out. And I kind of told Mike, Mike, if it's like I said, if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's not, it won't. And worst case, we stay here for another 6 months to a year until we find something. So that's kind of where we are. So I'm just being real. I don't see it happening, but
it kind of stinks. I was excited about having my own room.
I know. Me too.
Cool place to crash.
I know. Mike says he still thinks that it could happen, but I'm kind of at the point now where it's just like, whatever. I've kind of threw it in the distance now. So we're here. So you're still going to see us here. But let's answer some more questions from our fans.
Alia wants to know if you have ever taken your kids to Disneyland or Disney World.
Yeah, actually, remember we took King. We took King when he was like 4 or 5 months old. I gotta look at my picture. It's so bad I don't remember. But it was so freaking hot though. It had to be like 90 and King was sweating. And I remember taking him to Bug's Life and I have this funny picture of King where he just looked like he was exhausted and sweaty and just like, Mom, like, why did you take me here? So that was King's first experience, but I think we're going to wait it out till Lord's a little bit older and maybe King is in his 2s, so he'll remember.
I still remember when you guys took him and I told you, crazy. I'm like, and it's going to be like 110. Wasn't it in like August?
Yeah, maybe it was 100. I felt like it was like 90, maybe it was 100, but Mike is such a big kid though. He loves Disney World.
He really is.
We literally, when Mike's kids were growing up, we would probably go there 2-3 times a year, like no joke. And Mike lives for Disney. I think that's why he wants to have like 500 more kids. It's like he just wants to keep taking these kids to Disney World, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just so excited. I can't wait,
He's a big kid himself, isn't he?
Oh my God, Jason. Yes, we both know that. And speaking of that, look at Amy's over here. My nanny's over here. She's never been to Disney. So Amy's excited to go to Disney World too. So
she's never been to Disney World?
You've never been, right? Nope. She's shaking her head. Mm-mm. So she is going to be just as excited, if not more than Mike, which that's hard to beat, but
Nanny went with you to Seattle too, didn't she?
She did. Yes. Seattle was amazing, by the way. I know we talked about it last in the podcast, but Jason, I think my favorite part was just doing nothing. Nothing was open. I know Mike always has a struggle being locked up, especially in Seattle in rainy weather. But I'll tell you what, it rained here and the weather there was like in the 80s. It was phenomenal. And not just that, but spending time with my family. I get to finally meet my little sister Ashley's baby, Stella, which Stella's 2.5 weeks older than Lord. So they're really close in age. So, and then Ashley met Lord for the first time. So it was just kind of cool bringing everybody together and just spending quality time at home, playing games, drinking, cooking. Yeah. So I think that's what I'll take away from this whole COVID thing. I'll never forget is just spending quality time at home and just realizing the finer things in life and cooking more and not just top ramen, but actually cooking and actually enjoying it.
Samantha wants to know, do you know what Lord's birth mom is having yet?
We do. We did a little reveal, which was cool. I'm not ready to share it yet with everybody, but we did a little reveal thing. So with Madison, it was her first time not knowing. Well, I say not knowing, but obviously Madison's been pregnant 3 times now. So she wanted to share in that moment with us. So we went and did the 4D ultrasound, which I've never experienced. So that was super fun. Just very personal for Mike and I. And spending with Madison, we know Madison very, very well. And she's obviously part of our family. So we had them put, it was either an owl for a boy or a unicorn for a girl. We had the guy that was doing the ultrasound on us put it in the box. And that's what Madison wanted. And so we went to the Ritz and just kind of had a moment. Actually, we spent a couple hours there and just talking about life. And we opened the box to find out what we were all having together. So it was amazing.
For sure.
Do what?
I said that was a cool moment for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. Because obviously I'm never going to have a baby, we'll probably just keep adopting. So for me to like share in that joy of, like I wonder what it is. Just so much joy. I felt like I was having the baby, but not, if that makes sense. But yeah, I can't wait for everybody to see that video. That video is very real. And for Madison to let us in on that. Madison's just a badass. She's been through a lot. And I'm just glad, and I hope we can get on a straight track. Mike and I have been really working hard, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. Diane wants to know any plans for a second birthday. I'm assuming for King. Have you started thinking about a second birthday for King?
I was going to say second baby, second birthday.
Oh my gosh, I thought it said B-Day.
No, she's not a baby. Oh man, she's behind. We are going for our 3rd baby now. That's how nuts we are. Mike says he wants to adopt 5 babies.
5 babies. He's crazy.
Yeah. And this is actually Mike pushing for it. I just want a girl and boy and I was done. Like, let me just be real and honest with everybody. That's where I am. I have 3 grown kids that are amazing and doing very, very well for themselves. And we have 2 incredible babies. And I'm kind of over the hump with Lord now. And I feel like not with the withdrawals, she's doing really, really well, almost better than King right now. King is like going through this stage where he just cries, like literally. If anybody has any like helpful tips for me, he is he's 13 months and man, that kid screams bloody murder every night and he just wants his mommy. And of course it breaks my heart when I hear him screaming, so I go in there, I sit on my chest, he falls back asleep, I put him in his crib and he starts screaming again, and then I pick him back up and I'm like, shit. I don't know what to do. I know you're supposed to let him cry, but it's so hard when I hear him crying because I just feel like he's helpless.
Francine says you will have your hands full, but I think you already have your hands full now.
What are you guys talking about? I already do. 5 kids, 2 adopted, 3 step kitties, Mike, 3 dogs, and a nanny. It's a lot, guys. It is so much. So there's never a dull moment in this house, man. You might as well count Mike as one of the kids as well.
Oh, for sure. He's like
threw him in that mix. I can't even keep up with them.
He's like 2 kids.
Yeah, Mike's definitely addicted to these babies, man. I like literally I have to tame him. Yeah. So I don't know. So 3rd baby, I guess, is on the way. That is our decision. We are taking this baby per Mike.
Llama said you got 10 points on DraftKings the other night.
What's
Good
that
job.
mean?
So DraftKings is like a way that you can bet on the race. It's kind of cool. You pick 5 drivers. You put in like $10 and it's all about money. So like the Kyle Busch his cost is probably $8,000. Your cost may be $4,000. And then you have a certain amount of money that you can spend and you try and put the best team together with the best total finish. So they take all the drivers and average the finish. Each spot.
So is every driver always on DraftKings, no matter who you are?
If you're in the race, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a cool, fun thing to do. Mike and I actually have done it with you before, several
That
times.
was like in Daytona and stuff, right? Like when you put a bet on it or something.
Yep.
Is that right?
It's pretty cool.
That is kind of cool. See, I'm big time. I didn't know it.
Teresa
Not
says
really.
she's killing it, doing it all. Kudos to you.
Oh, that's sweet. Some days, as I think all of us moms go through these moments, like I don't feel like I am. But the kids are healthy, which is so good, and everything's really coming together, except for the house. But
House will come. Here's a question on E, not to get too sad, but have you heard from E? Some people I've noticed have kind of tweeted and texted about not hearing from him. Any updates on him lately?
yeah, Eric is still, obviously his time is coming closer and closer. It sucks. Obviously, as everybody knows, we lost Mike's dad to the COVID-19, so that's been tough. I've been, I don't know if anybody saw, the truck this weekend and this week in Charlotte. We raced on his behalf. We put him on the front of our car, just kind of wanting to show everybody that we love him, and means the world to us. But not just him, but all the families out there that have struggled with dealing with this COVID-19, and that nobody's alone out there. We're all in it together. And whether it's a COVID-19 issue, they're a war, a veteran. In the end, we're all in this together. But side note, back to Eric, it's tough. I think his time is definitely coming. And I talk to Rita, Mike and I talk to Rita every single day, and just sometimes he has seizures, and I don't know how Rita does what she does, but she's an incredible woman. She's like the strongest person I know. But yeah, Eric is definitely struggling, I will say. And it's heartbreaking. The last time I was there, he sleeps, I would say 95, 96% of his day. I can only imagine the pain he's going through. I couldn't even, yeah. So I don't know how to answer that, but yeah, I think the days are very, very limited with him. So the ones we have left, we're definitely cherishing them, and I hope we get down there soon.
Hang in there, E. We're all pulling for you. Couple more questions, Ange, before we wrap it up.
Something good.
All right. If you think you have your hands full now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Teens are the worst. Amen. I can absolutely.
Well, Jeannie, let me just tell you, I helped raise Mike's 3 kids. So I've been with Mike for 11 years. So his kids were, how old were you, Connor? 8, 14, and 15? Yeah, 8, 14, and 15. Let me just tell you, it was a handful. I wanted to spank them sometimes, but I didn't. I can remember this funny moment, no lie. So my mom used to do this to me. This may be a little TMI, but so during that time, like Mike's little kids were little piggies. Sabrina, Isabel, Connor was too, but mainly the girls. And I always remember my mom's like, hey, if you don't take your trash out, if you don't do your chores, you're going to get in trouble. We're going to start taking things from you. So, having two houses to go to, weekends were ours, the weeks were mommy's. They would just come over and they would leave me with a mess. And I'd get so mad. I'm like, guys, like I keep asking you, all I ask is clean your room. Isabel, Sabrina, I hope you're listening because it's kind of funny. And we still laugh about it to this day. Is they would leave their garbage full and it would stink. And half the time, if they're not home, I would never go upstairs, right? Because I'd be like trying to teach them how to clean up and pick up on themselves, right? Every time they leave that garbage in there. So I started dumping their garbage on their beds. So when they came back, then they noticed the smell. And to this day, I'm telling you guys, it worked. Because my mom used to do that with me, and those kids learned. So I'm prepared for anything. I'm prepared for the teenagers. I can do it because I did it with my 3 older ding-dongs, who I love very, very much.
Trash on the bed.
It works. I'm telling you, my mom used to do it all the time. I get so pissed off. But how do you teach them?
Yeah, it's a good point because teenage years are hard for sure. And like you said, you went through it with Mike's 3 older ones. So
yeah, and I look at where they are today, and it's crazy that I've been in their life for so long, and I feel like I've raised them. I hope they give me some credit, but I hope I've helped them better themselves as far as little people. But it's cool to see where they are today, and I look forward to seeing the future for my kids. I'll do things probably a little bit differently, but I'm excited to see how they grow.
So Amanda says you are beautiful and amazing at all that you do being a mommy and racing. Keep up the great work.
Oh, thanks, Amanda. That's super sweet. It is tough being a mom and juggling everything, I will say. No sleep. But let me just tell you, Jason, last night, like literally, I think I've been so stressed leading up to this race. Last night was the best night of sleep I've ever gotten in my life. Like literally, no lie.
Why so?
I don't know. I just felt like I had no stress. I felt like the race went well. Even that night, like I came home, I was so wound up. I couldn't sleep. I didn't go to bed till like 2 a.m. Got up at 5 because I forgot I had to do something. Of course, kids don't ever let you sleep. But I do have a great nanny too that helps me. But yeah, but last night I'm telling you, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. Like my body was just sore and just I think from the race, and I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to bed tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just want like full 10 hours of sleep because I feel like I never get it these days. But
I bet.
I
Well,
think
let's
it's
end on a funny comment from our girl Emily, who has a suggestion.
Emily. Emily,
That's
you should,
funny.
Emily and her mom. I gave Emily my cell phone number today, Jason.
Did you?
She always DMs me, and I owe her a FaceTime in the next few days. Emily, I will FaceTime you and your mom. Maybe not the next couple days, but next week, I promise you, I will FaceTime you. But Emily, do you not think Mike's already done? Check that box.
Maybe a few times.
I love Emily. She's so sweet. Her dogs are fabulous. She was in Florida at the same time I was in Florida. I hate that I missed you. But obviously, we had so much going on with spending all of our quality time with our soon-to-be third baby coming and with Madison. So, yeah.
Very cool. I know I said that was the last one, but this one's pretty cool.
Okay, another one.
You set a great example for women who want to have a career and be mommies. So true. And so true.
Yeah, I hope so. It's definitely tough, but I know a lot of women that do what I do. Maybe not in a sport like that, what I play in, but in the end, it's being a mom and juggling all these things and getting stuff done. And I think as moms and women, we all need to stick together. So,
agree.
Yeah. Right? Yeah,
I agree.
Jay. Well, Jay, this has been fun. I hate that we missed old man tonight, but yeah, a little different.
Yeah, a little different, but it's still fun. You did a great job. I think your fans enjoyed the show. They got a chance to ask some questions and hear from you right after your race. I know we're all going to be excited. Well, I guess we'll have one more podcast before your Atlanta race.
Well, where are we going to do it? Because I'm going to be in Atlanta.
Maybe we'll all do it together.
At your house or something?
Yeah,
maybe.
My house or Actually, it's technically on Mike's 50th party. So maybe worst case, we'll do a live that night. And
I think that'd be good. I think Mike will be Mike hasn't been drinking, by the way.
At all?
He's lost. I think his going number right now is 15 pounds.
Wow, good for him.
No drinking. Yeah, just working out and exercising and chilling and eating good. Trying to get him to eat good, but he's doing better.
That's awesome.
I'm super proud of him. I just got to keep it going. His goal is to be 220. I don't think that's doable in my mind, but my goal for him is 235. Look at Connor. Connor gives me a smirk. He's like, that ain't happening. And he's right. It's not happening, but I'm going to let Mike think it is. So then maybe it'll push him and motivate him more. But realistically, I'd say 240 is his number, maybe 237. I'll give him that.
Very cool. All right, Ange.
Good job. Guys, it's been fun. Thank you so much.
All right.
Jay, we'll see you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye, guys.
North Shore Engines.
Angela Ruch brings them down, leading the
Want it all, you can have it. When you living the good life, you living the rough life, real life. Don't let the pretty face fool you, she can drive. Manage racing and being a mom at the same time. Like Ruch, here badass. A good husband, a good dad. Stay lit, the rough life, real life. Rough life, rough life, rough life, rough life.